Yeah, for both. Yeah, we're delighted for Dev. You know, he missed the World Cup and he's back in now, and he's got what a game to come back in and start away to this game in Triple Crown on the line. So I'm delighted for both of them. The way we've trained, they're integrated the whole time. We want to make sure that the whole group of players are moving forward. So they're primed and ready. Like I said, it's been a good week, and it'll need to be, because it's a tough task ahead. Looking forward to it.
Johnny, what does it say about Devon? I mean, missed out on the World Cup start now. You know, such a massive game on Sunday.
Yeah, it's brilliant for him. He's bounced back really well. Obviously, everyone has setbacks through their career, and he had a big one at a bad time for him. But he's bounced back well, and you saw by the reception that he got against Scotland. I've never heard a crowd cheer so loud for a line-out win. We're giving him a bit of stick about it, but yeah, it just shows what everyone thinks of him, and all the lads are delighted for him.
What did you make of the England team in today? A few changes in the backs, obviously, as well.
Yeah, a few changes. Obviously, a few unexpected things. Joseph on the wing. Elliot Daly back at 15. So we obviously prepared for some different combinations, but we'll catch up on those things now this evening and tomorrow. And look, they're very strong, aren't they? Even one thing I've always thought about England is they've got so much strength and depth with so many players that they're 4, 5, 6 players, deep in every position really, and they're very lucky to have that. And no matter who, they have obviously got world class players, certain few players that they really miss when they're out. But other than that, they've got a lot of strength and depth. So we're going to be preparing for the best England that we've seen in this championship, obviously, because they've played 2 games in pretty poor conditions and we haven't really seen their best. So we've prepared for their best by watching the games that they played against us last year, watching the New Zealand game in the semis, watching a lot of the other World Cup games as well. So it's been a good prep, but we know we have it all to do.
So are you surprised to see Jonathan Joseph move to the wing?
No, I'm not surprised. He's a pretty talented player. It was one of our video analysts kind of thought they might go that way. I don't know if he was spying on them or something like that, but he kind of guessed that they could go that way, the way that they named their 25 players or 26 players, whatever they named. And obviously when they got Manu back, they're trying to get all their best players on the pitch, and they've got a strong lineup.
Johnny, the couple of defeats the last 2 times against England, is that an extra motivation? Is that something you've spoken about and something you want to get right this time?
No, it's not extra motivation. Like you can't have more motivation when you're going to Twickenham with a Triple Crown on the line. You can't be more motivated. Looking back at the games, we've had to sit back and try and learn from them. And it's been pretty tough viewing, but that's what we're coming up against. There's no point hiding away from it, and we've got it all to do. We've got to figure out how we can make up a 50-point margin from the last time we played them. So it's been a good week trying to figure that out, and now we'll see how close we can get to them. If we can build closer to be 50 points.
Yeah, Paul O'Connell in during the week as well. Did you have a specific chat with him about leadership and captaincy?
No, because I've spoken to him previously. He's spent a good week with us. Guys met him individually. He had some points to make in group situations, and he's been brilliant for the environment and the group. And obviously it's going to be something that we do going forward. I think under Faz, that he wants us to learn as much as possible from all different people. And we had one of the most famous Irish people, most successful Irish people in the world come in to speak to us on Monday night, and I can't even remember. No, it was Tuesday. And then we had obviously Paul O'Connell, who is arguably one of Ireland's greatest ever players, in to talk to us. So we're learning from the best, and we're going to continue with that team throughout.
What was it like having Bono serving you dinner?
He just insisted on it. I tried to say no.
Johnny, has there been much discussion, I suppose, maybe between you and Andy or anybody else in the squad about the match referee this weekend, Jakob Paper? I was having a look last night. I think the last game he refereed with Ireland was that game against the All Blacks back in 2016, but you guys haven't come back from Chicago. And I suppose there's bizarre interpretations of things like the breakdown and offside has been something that's been written about an awful lot before, and that game itself was controversial. Has there been any sort of discussions about what you might like to tackle?
No, we haven't spoken about the ref. You know, the ref is something that we can't control. You know, I'm sure Andy will talk to him at some stage this week. I think that happens as a formality, and yeah, that'll be between those two. You know, for me, obviously, just you know, if I see something, I gotta talk to him. If that's my duty for the team to do that, and I'll try and do it in the right way.
Johnny, we were talking to Keane earlier in the week. He said that you as leader put a big focus on family. Is that a fair assessment of what you've been doing, and why has that been important to you?
Well, that's come from Faz really. That's, you know, obviously the head coach and the captain have to be pretty, you know, close in their views and thoughts, and at the forefront of everything we do. We want our families, you know, so having them in on captain's run, having them in the dressing room after games, having them up at the post-match function, having them back to the hotel, you know, the day after, all these things, yeah, it's at the forefront of everything we do. And ultimately they're the people you want to make proud when you represent Ireland. You know, obviously we want to do everyone proud, but you can't keep everyone happy. That's what you learn over your career, but you know, your family is at the forefront of it.
All the top teams seem so equal in quality really at the moment. You mentioned like the fine margin, so how important is that emotional edge then when you're going to try and get on the right side of it?
Yeah, it's the combination, isn't it? It's the combination between having that, you know, being physically ready for what England are going to throw at us, be able to try and take it and then give it back, but then also to get our bits of detail right. You know, last time we beat them over there, we executed some really good plays that got us the scores, and you know, you can't do that if you're too emotionally charged. You know, you got to find the balance, and everyone's different. That's why rugby is difficult. It's because, you know, some guys need to be right up there emotionally, other guys need to be, you know, pretty relaxed. So it's trying to get the balance.
How much extra time are you finding yourself putting into thinking about what you're going to say, planning it? Do you do that, or is it something you just let happen naturally?
Yeah, you can plan to a certain extent, but you know, in terms of, you know, there's a captain's meeting tomorrow night. You know, it's how's the week gone. You know, you can't prepare that until, you know, tomorrow really, and see what mood everyone's in and what frame of mind, if you know, how confident we feel, all those things. So you can prepare to an extent, but you know, you can't be too prepared. You got to say, you know, how you feel at the time, and it's got to come from the right place, I think.
Is that a new thing, the captain's meeting?
No, it's been around for as long as I've ever been in the squad.
Something you enjoy?
Well, it's named the captain's meeting, but it's very much just a players' meeting. It's just without the coaches, and trying to get together and really just what the coaches have delivered to us throughout the week and what we've put together as a team, and then just trying to make sure that we're all on the same page, and then we'll just add a couple more little things in there that'll get us in the right frame of mind.
Johnny, you say that you know, families at the forefront of everything that you do. You know, is there appreciation there as well of how challenging it might be for Andy, obviously with Owen, and what's that been like?
Yeah, I think he spoke enough about it over the week. You know, he doesn't need me adding more to it. You know, all I've seen over the years is just that, you know, it's been on Lions tours where they've been together as, you know, father and son. But you'd never guess it. You know what I mean? They're very close, but when they're in a professional environment, on the same team, you know, it's just like a player with any coach, and you know, I admired that about them. And then you know, it's the same when they're opposing. You know, they're very professional, and it's just like playing against any other team, really.
Does Andy just sort of talk to you about Owen's game, though, and maybe point out a few weaknesses? Kind of thing?
He doesn't have too many weaknesses, really, does he? No. If he was crap now, that could be a different story, and he could be telling us all his weaknesses. But he's a world-class player, so it's more, you know, his strengths that we've looked at. But we've all played against him numerous times, and we know the type of player that he is and how good he is. So we're just preparing for his strengths, really. Yeah.